Hi there, I'm John, aka Graffiti, and I'm a 3D environment artist in the games industry. This video series shows my approach to environment art creation with the ArtStation challenge brief Beyond Human. Each video is a live stream capture and doesn't contain any music. I suggest putting some on, increasing the speed of the videos and playing them in the background while doing some of your own work. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and if you want to see me create environment art live, please tune into my Twitch channel. You can also follow me on social media. Enjoy. Right. Okay, so where did we get to last time? So this is where I got to last time. Well, we'll look at this one. Great. Just some exposure settings in Photoshop to kick it out a bit. So we've got the cardboard boxes in, we tweaked the debris a bit, I think we got loads of other assets in, we pulled our hair out, what I did at least, for getting the neon signs rendered from Modo. So since then I've gone through the rest of the neon signs, so I need to bake them all out to maps. And then get those in, so hopefully that'll be the first half of the stream, and then the second half of the stream will be, well, probably it will be, what might be more interesting is highlighting things that I need to fix or what I need to focus on before the end of the project. It's either going to be that or just tweaking, getting some more debris in, tweaking the lighting, that kind of thing. So we'll see how it pans out. Hey Major, how you doing? Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of, sometimes when I look at it I think, yeah, I'm doing okay, but then sometimes I look at it and go, oh, it's just not really there yet. I think a lot of it's going to come down to, yes, I haven't done much texture work yet, so I need to do that. The lighting needs vast improvements. I think once these signs are done, once some more assets are in, and we can look at some materials, and then hopefully that will unify it a bit. But I'm away next week, and then I've only got 2 weeks left, which is essentially 10 evenings really at a push. So we're just gonna have to see how it goes. Obviously I want to finish, but if I don't, I'll finish it after. But yeah, need to just carry on. Yeah, so here I am finishing off the second to last goddamn neon sign. Just getting the curves out, and yeah, I've probably gone into a bit too much detail, but the more I can go into detail wise in 3D, the better my alpha map will be, my opacity map, my transparency map, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, so I don't feel too bad for having put in the time to sort all of these out. So I've got one more to go, which is great, not gonna lie. These have been more annoying than the pipes, dare I say it. How are you, Major? Have you had a good week? Is this one? Yes. That's not bad, that's not bad at all. Thought it was more skew with. Brill. Crop. Save this. JPEG. Projects. Modo. Beyond Human Images. Signs. What's this? I think it looks pretty sweet already. Doing alright, kind of. Bummed out, yeah. Something my 3D, yeah. Playing a game, well not. Just feel like no one feels like re-topologizing. Ever, no one does. If you can get a program to get you most of the way there, then do that. I know that, Dynasty's been using a lot of Decimation Master and then Modo touch up to get him most of the way there with his stuff. Yeah, bummed out. Yeah, I feel you. For me, I'm just like with this project, it seems to be as soon as I finish one asset, something else pops up, and it's just like, even though my list is pretty much green, I just feel like I'm not really getting anywhere. All I can do is continue, but then, which is fine, because by continuing I am chipping away at something. But yeah, I understand it. It just, sometimes it just doesn't feel like that at all. Oh man, it's these letters. Oh. It's just a lot of just render curve. So they're a bit, squiggly, but chances are you're not going to see them that close up. But that also means that the transparency map has to hold up. I mean, part of me wants to post up my damn transparency map when it's done, but I have a feeling that maybe some other people doing the scene would just, pinch that image. Not saying that they would, but if I was stuck for time, I would definitely look for someone who's done it already. And I just feel like everyone needs to go through the graft of making these neon signs. This is when I ask piece of shit in Dynasty Stream. For example, whenever I click a polygon in poly mode, it's just a single poly I select. All that moves is that one or the access point. What do you mean in Modo? So if you're in Modo, if that's what you're saying, is my stream still going? Yeah, it seems it. Bit rate's alright. In Modo 10 Indy, yeah, so it depends. Well, if you, so let me just demo. So, whoa, okay, we'll do it with this here. So you select one poly, right? And then if you press, say, W for translation, then yes, then here we are, we've got the tool. Now, we can, because of how action centers work in Modo, you can click anywhere and move from that location. Or you can be on the actual thing and move. The polygon always moves, but it's up to you where you put your translation. So it's really good if there's multiple parts to a mesh and you want to move them all at once, but you want to be able to see it in, say, perspective while you're moving it in orthographic, for example. So that's where you would select everything and then come in here and go, oh, I just want like really close up to see how far I can move it. And that's when it's really handy to be able to move the transformation tool. So yeah, you'll always be moving whatever you select, but it's up to you which action center you use to move them. So when it's in none or automatic, you have control over where the transformation point is. In any other mode, it's stuck or refined to that area. How do I select multiple polys in Modo though? Shift, isn't it? Control, isn't it? Yes. So you can click and drag and paint with the left click. You can shift and click, and then you can control and click to minus them from your selection. Or if you want to grow your selection, you just press shift and up, and if you want to shrink the selection, you press control. You press shift and down, shift and up and shift and down. If you want to loop, then just select the direction you want to go in and press L. I think it also works if you do multiple selections, doesn't matter if they're offset or not, and press L, it will loop all of them. If you want to select everything, you can either double click the object or you can press the right square bracket. Likewise, if you want to say the inverse of this, then you press the left square bracket. That's basically all it is for selection. Oh, and then if you want to convert your selection into another selection set, into vertex edges, you hold control and you can either click on these, or you can press 1, 2, or 3 for vertex edges and polygons. What you can also do is you can select by material by pressing this materials button, and also you can cycle through, as you probably know, with spacebar, but you can also press 1, 2, or 3, and then 4 is materials, 5 is item mode. So lots of selection information. Deselect single poly is shift. Right. I didn't know that. For me, control, I feel like control in a lot of things is deselect, so that's why I suppose stick with control so much, set in my ways. Damn, if you can see anything in this sign. Change the initial settings to 3ds Max. The current days. They have a yes, they do. Yes, they do now. Yeah, a lot of people do change the camera settings to Maya and 3ds Max. I suppose I'm too used to the original controls. Oh man, this time don't go mad with the slide tool. Oh, you haven't seen anything yet. I think my page is frozen, which is really annoying. I won't get angry with it because actually I know what I'm doing now. I love that when you get to the last letter and you don't even realise. Now, hopefully today it's just going to be setting these up in different spaces, ticking on render curves and rendering the map out, and it's going to be bloody amazing. And we're going to get a really nice, hopefully really nice transparency map out of it. I also thought as well, which will help save me a lot of time later on down the line, is if I bake out an ID mask, well, essentially block colours for where the neon is different colours, and then have that in the emissive colour. It would just save me a hell of a lot of time instead of using multiple shaders for everything. Because right now, I mean, all the way through I've been massively on the time savers, but now more than ever I need to up my game. Oh, hi Riss, how are you doing? Haven't seen you in ages. How's it going? Have you been up to much? Yeah, I'm not bad. I'm not bad. I've been working a lot for this ArtStation competition. You can see my progress if you go to my ArtStation profile and then click on challenges. You can see what I've been working on. Oh crap. Have you been up to much? Did you say last time I spoke to you? Were you on holidays, like vacation? I can't remember. It's so much has been going on recently. Or I could be just getting you confused with somebody else, which I apologise for. Oh yes, last symbol. Yes, done. Yeah, I'm busy with things. Yeah, school holidays. Yeah, I thought so. Save. Save. School holidays, the bliss of school holidays. Oh, I'm so glad. Look at that. Look at that. It doesn't look too bad. Right, let's get these things laid out. Save. I can't remember. Is it rice? Is it? I can't remember how you meant to pronounce your username. Are you doing 2D? I can't remember. Like 2D work. Or that's what you wanted to go into. Right, get rid of them. Start with these. Get rid of them. What's this? B. That's B. So that's all in B. Oh, wrong way. So I think the heart itself. Oh, the bloody text. Oh, that's what I was going to ask. What's his face for, Helio? The text on the sign, so I won't have to go through it in a curve. Oh well. Okay, so I want to lay all of this out. I'm sure there was a sheet. Yes, here we go. Yes. Cool. Yeah. Okay, so let's just go through and lay these out. That's the underneath of sign C, which I might need, which is this one. So I probably need to just cut these out, although, okay, so that's neon, which I've got in there. Okay, so okay, next one. Oh, this one was a pain, I remember. Oh, that's not what we want. We want the inverse of these to be scaled on top of each other. That's it. Yeah. Your ears burning a little bit. Just only yet. As a drawer. Yeah, drawn in pipes, speak one air in a decimal that pop up like Captain Planet. Then just wear like an ass. Oh, lovely. So while you're here, Helio, have you got the font for this sign and this sign? Or yeah. Because I think in the PS, I think I need the font. Is that right? Yeah, I think. Did you send me a PSD? Oh God, I cannot remember. Dropbox. Ooh, right. No, it's a rasterizer layer. Okay, I can work with that, actually. So I might not need the fonts. There's a font. There's a fonts folder in here. Oh yes, there is. Sorry. Yeah. Shit. Sorry. Forgot. That would definitely help if I actually put them in. And then if we open that up again, oh wait, I need to close this, don't I? And then open it. That's a brush script for the strip joint neon. Brill, thank you. A different text engine, eh? Type, preferences, type, switch the engine. Right. Middle Eastern? So I need to close it, restart it. CS6, love it. Is this CS6, I think? Oh, so yeah, that's fine. I don't need to switch my engine. I just need to, yeah, the fonts. That's great. Brill. I haven't got CC yet, just because I don't want to pay. I've already paid. And I keep hearing stuff like that about it. Right, so these things, these may as well remain as meshes in the sign. Or I could have them, no, it'd be transparent. Yeah, we'll leave them. But they do need to okay, neon, base. Latin. So we need to put these somewhere. And hide them. Get in there, get in there. So these need to be in behind each other. Right, hold on. So that's the base. So we don't need that. Then these are the plates. And then these are bars and symbols. Excellent. Well, to be fair, we could just get rid of two of them. Brill. I think the one Adobe was giving away for free a while back was CS2. Wow. Right. Just wondering if I can squeeze this anywhere. Maybe the MB instead of one of these. Bleed onto other things. Oh shit. These need to be on the same layer. Brill. Yeah, CS6 is pretty stable. Oh Christ, I forgot about this one. Right, gonna do a lot of shifting around for this. Right, sort out what's what. So there are any curves, that's the base. That's the plating, if I remember, yep. And then these are all various curves. Now what I could do is the image on this one? No, it wasn't on that one. It's this one. So red, blue, red, blue, red, blue. Well, I need to keep the border. The middle, not so much. Let's put these together. Oh, hey Angel, how you doing? Yeah, alright. Just, doing these neon signs in a position where I can start, well, hopefully, in a position where I can just render these bad boys out and be done with them. It's going to be all about repeating areas. Cool. And then last sign. Real. There we go. Right. And I think these are all just curves. This one, yes, paste. Okay. And then all the rest is essentially curves, yeah, that's fine. Braille. Right, happy with that. And then while we're here, let's just grab that mesh. Right, what's going on here? damn neon signs, yeah. Damn pipes, yeah. Model the neon signs as tubes. Yeah, I saw that, and admittedly, I'd like to model these as tubes. On Dynasty's stream yesterday, I was saying that it's a shame that you can't bake the render curve to geometry, because I would have liked to have done that, because you would have had the actual neon effect in UE4, which would have been lovely. Maybe after this competition, if I'm not sick of this, this project, I will do that. Right, so now if we have a look at it through the orthocam, nothing shows up. Why does that? Why is that? It's because nothing else has got render curves turned on. That is why. Also, we need to scale some down. So, start with you guys. Curve. Yeah, see, there we go. So now we just go through, turning this on. Might render this out at 4K actually. Just might make seeing everything a bit easier. Oh my god, I mean, look at this render. So glad I invested the time in getting all these curves looking cool. Right, okay, so they're on a separate layer. That's fine. I need to, yeah. As someone here used Keyshot a bit before and knows how to add a claw layer. Its output maps and stuff really shiny. Yeah. There's a way to do it on materials, of course. It's very limited in that. I think there is. I saw a map port. I don't know. Again, I think I need to learn how to use Keyshot. Because I've seen some guy's portfolio which was this like pretty standard model, put it into Keyshot and then just put the same material over the whole thing and it looked underwater and it looked awesome. And I kind of thought, well, I've got a lot of stuff which could do with, looking cool. Actually, let's just scale these. So it's 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. In fact, that could do with being a bit, I may as well fill the whole of the bottom space. Cool. We might change this. What's this on? And these. I need to do that arrow. Brill. So, okay, what's it called? Octane. Oh Christ, no one even knows what Octane is. Well, I've heard of it, but I've never even used it. I don't even know what it plugs into. Or is it multiple? Does it work across lots of different things? Current piece, let's have a look. Oh. Interesting. Is this based off a concept? This bit reminds me of a concept of a gun that I made once, but never, I suppose actually I could do that after this, just get that out. That'd be good. Into any 3, oh can you? Oh, brill. GPU accelerated, well that's pretty good. We'll check that out after. What am I doing? Cam ortho, yeah. Let's render this. Oh, lovely. With keyshot. Oh, great. And then you, I'm guessing, what did you say you put your right is after I have it? Yeah. Yeah, Brill. That's pretty cool. All the scuffs and the wear and stuff. Looks ace. You need some text around your wheels, around your tyres. Looks ace though. Right, so I have a feeling if I go output, yep. So the alpha image, yep. I think that looks all right. So now I just need to go, I might do this in Photoshop actually, just get the colour out. So let's save that. And then open her up in here, cancel. Right, and then back into those images. It's finding these signs now. So this one. So I need to, this doesn't I drop out of the program, which is very annoying. Ah, it's grey. Okay, let's keep that in. And then let's copy this. RGB, paste. Copy, paste. That's better. Screen. Multiply. Okay. And then it was red for the rest of the signs. Harry Rusty, some other personal games as well as in the also back. It's Volva really. Still working for his some back view as well. The dust pass is actually default wood texture with reflection quality off. Just, you get dust. Ah, yeah. Yeah, brill. I mean, I think that's what a lot of people forget sometimes is that they can just use other textures, and you know, it doesn't even have to be remotely similar to it's a bit horrible, these yellows. Yeah, use a completely unrelated shader texture to simulate exactly what you want. This is all yellow. Cool. And then what was the other sign? It's that one there. So this was red on the base, white text. Let's group them. It's not the part like moving magic, yeah. And greebles, yeah, greeble, greeble, greeble. That's the sound a greeble makes, if I'm not mistaken. Right, okay, so it's white all in the middle, apart from the red M. And then it's red, well, it's white in here. And in here. Time on 9. Cool. And then it's blue in this middle bit. It's actually white in these bits too. Right, blue. Perhaps should have separated these out. We'll see how it goes. And then the rest is red. So take the whole bottom. Cool. And then these bits, it's 4 red, 4 blue, 4 red. It's a PSC. Hey Action, how you doing? Yeah, greebles is just like lots of. It's essentially just lots of cubes at different heights, but it's really good for kind of creating detail without creating anything. So in the original Star Wars films, they use greeble across all the spaceships to make them look huge in scale. So in your image, which I can get to here, Multibanco is in light blue with a darker blue. Right. Cool. Get in there, get in there. Here he is. There we are. A cube and a greeble version. Yeah. Brilliant. That is what greebling is. Greeble, greeble. Got it, as in someone gave you a greeble device. Is that what you mean? Cool. Get in there. You've seen the work from thought. It's the reference image. Oh, I have. I'll show you, Major. In fact, here she is. It's awesome. It looks amazing. It's upsetting how good it is. Like, the one thing that's keeping me going is I need to get it up to this standard. And although she isn't matching the concept, you know, identically, I'm trying to. So I kind of feel like if I can get it looking like this, but in my version, then hopefully it'll look, you know, awesome. But yeah, it's a really, really great submission. Slightly soul destroying. And I'm kind of jealous that she's at this point now, at the midway point, because she can just, everything's in, she can just tweak it, she can have some time off, you know, that kind of thing, whereas I'm just like, oh god, I hope mine's at that standard just in the next 3 weeks. But I have a feeling I'll be working right up until the deadline. But it does look fantastic. I haven't liked that yet. Oh, even Helio's commented. Here we go. There's a Starbucks box. Ah, there. See what you mean. Also, the cup's quite clean. Right, some good tips from Helio there. Worn paint, worn graffiti. And keep things dirty. And hello Sasho. And Rusty. Yeah, seen this today after checking out your whips on ArtStation. Oh, thanks Rusty. So you know what the competition's like. Know what I'm trying to aim to achieve. Yeah, I think she did work on the division. Take like 5 days to reply to an art test. When did you submit it? Oh yeah, I've seen this. I really like it. This is what makes you stand out from the crowd, when you do something that not very many people have done. So I don't think I've ever seen a tile in dead fish texture, whereas I have seen a huge amount of brick textures. But yeah, this thing, it just looks great. I mean, it's really well rendered as well. And it's great to to see other people, you know, doing shapes and stuff. But yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if this guy got a job out of just posting that image. Yeah, I have got my work cut out. I'm getting there. I think my problem is my lighting at the moment, and my texture work is just base stuff, so I haven't made significant improvements on that yet. I need this damn guide again. Right, so that's there, that's there. Ah, so it is on that big image. Yes. Are you in the competition, Rusty? What's your background? Are you a 3D'er of some description? Makes it look so easy. It's just a ton of work. Yeah. I mean, once you get your head around, you know, how to do shapes and that kind of thing, like I'm sure you spent ages getting the fish just right, because it is a main selling point of it. And then the rest is just getting the height map working, and then once you're there, most of the map's done for you. You just plug in your colours and your roughness. Having said that, it probably took him quite a long time, because it's quite a complicated. You kind of have to. You do have to know what you're doing. So these can get bundled up, rid of, and then this needs to be yep, that's fine. Okay, seems to be working. There you go. Look at that. To be honest, the only thing it needs is the brightness. Push it up. Or rather, the vibrance. Brill. Are you happy with that? we'll save this as well. Right, so now I want to get all of this signed up. So basically do all my signs and you know, in position, and then UV them, and then I can move them where I want them to go. So a bit of a long, boring asset, but once it's done, hopefully that will be it. Well, I mean, once I've done this bit, I need to construct the signs if they have any. Is this the ID map? Isn't it faster to just load the PNG of the rendered map in PS and add colours behind it, and then to load the PNG of the rendered map in Photoshop? Do you mean of the original images? As in the reference images? I don't know what you mean, Major. Ooh, is that a new follow from somebody? Dan929, thank you. If you're in here, lurking about, thanks for the follow. Got any questions or anything? Let me know. Always try and help. Or if you've got any words of wisdom on what I'm doing, I'm more than happy to listen. Okay, I think that's all right. That's as split up as it needs to be. Which is great. And then if we now grab this as well and do a UV projection on the Z-axis, plane art. Okay, let's try that. Then let's call these signs neon 2 and bring those maps in. Images is in here. This one. So we do need to bring that one in. Yep. Please don't crash. And I need the exported one. Okay. Okay, so I want to duplicate this and make it as a glow. Can I make it as a glow luminous amount? And I want this one as no, this one needs to be a stencil, and that's just diffuse, so the stencil needs to be inverted. F8. Cool. Trans to 1. Cool. Maybe this needs to be luminescent color. Makes no difference. Right, hold on. Diffuse color. Now, why is it being overwritten? That makes no sense. UV texture layers 100%. Oh, for God's sake, this is all I need. Why aren't you displaying? You just were displaying. Right, that's the stencil. Ah, okay, here we go. Okay, those are white for a reason, yeah. don't know why it's so faded though. What if I change this to transparent amount? Tell you what, let's just leave this as a diffuse colour, put it above everything else and screen it. Because to be honest, that's all I need it to do is that. As long as I can see it in the viewport, it doesn't really matter. Okay, that's great. Everything is as it should be. So now, copy these, paste them, hide them. Send the onboards too. Hi, just posted an update on my ArtStation. I noticed your stream. Brill! Oh, which one are you doing? I only thought only French people said Z. Z. Everyone says C. No, British people as well. The proper way, Helio, come on. Very good, the shiny sound on your ArtStation. Oh, cheers. Fat32 Dutch, thank you. It's really old. Needs redoing. Maybe there are lights in the scene. The ArtStation challenges are a bit erratic. Do you have like two at the same time? Like that was wrapping up when the Beyond. Huh? What we're talking about? The ArtStation challenges are a bit. Do you mean there's a lot of differentiation between where people are in the progress? Is that what you mean, Helio? Also, oh, there's a follow from Mirror Nexus. Thank you, Mirror Nexus. If you're lurking about, feel free to say hi in the chat. Thank you for the follow. Oh, and Dan, Mirror, and Dutch. The reason why I keep looking to the right is because that's where the chat is on my second monitor. Wrapping, no, there's no schedule thing. Yeah, it's weird that I saw Karen posted an update saying that now that you're moving into the second phase, I'm like, I'm already in the second phase. I'm like almost done with the second phase. If I were the people who would just get in there, I'd be like, oh god. Yeah, I know what you mean. There's no real pre-warning. You've just got to kind of be on it and hope you've got a spare, point at that time. Right, I'm going to go through these one by one and make them fit. Okay, so let's move these to one side. Okay, so this is in. Let's take that off. Okay, so I want this thing. And I want it over the thing, and where's your image? And it's bottom right. It's something like that. Cool. Oh, Leafs X Carry and Rusty, thank you for the follows. Hello, Mirror Nexus, how you doing? What are you up to this fine evening? That better not be anything. That Right. Slip UVs. There we go. I can get rid of that arrow curve. Brilliant. Right, so C was this one. And there's a back to this. Which does it look like that? It's quite far away. What does your image say? Well, that seems to be it. And then it just needs the text add in and we're away. In fact, I can probably add the text in here, which would be even better. Oh, I wonder if it has actually. Let's just have a look. So I think you said that it was called Commando. No. Shit. Oh well. Really helped me on this one. Was getting in early. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I try and post after these streams, and whenever I do a massive chunk, otherwise there's not very much point, just because it's so minimal, the changes. What other than Twitch do people use these days? How do you mean, Mirror? Do you mean like for tutorials or for general learning, or finding resources? You could look on YouTube or Gumroad, they're normally quite good. Don't forget the monthly challenges by Noman. Oh, I didn't know that Noman did monthly challenges. Oh yes, the mini mat, that was Substance as well. Oh, matte painting. It is Commando exporting 50 by 50 terrain out of world machine should be finished by tomorrow. Boom! You might have to reload Modo for it to load in the... Yes, that would make sense. Right, now should I... Actually, yes, let's save this. Exit. Load it. So what was I going to say? Mirror Nexus and Rusty. What, or was it you, Rusty, or was it Dan? Let's go, wait. 3D Hobbyist, actually. Just noticed this. Yeah, go for the next one, Rusty. It'll be really great. Right, I think I've... Oh, no, I haven't. Oh, yes, no, it was you, Dan. Thanks, Dutch. It's a work in progress. It's getting there, finally. It's getting there. So hopefully, after tonight's session, I'll have all the neon signs in and looking good. That's my kind of aim. But yeah, Dan, if you're still in here, post up the link for your whatchamacallit, your ArtStation challenge update. Be great to see what you're working on. And here we go. Is it going to be in? No, it's not. That's annoying. Oh well, we'll leave it for the moment. I don't need it for the moment, so we'll just leave that as it is. And this needs to go in here. And this can be hidden, and this is the frame. D. Right, so this needs to be rotated. And centered. And this if I remember, has some sort of border. Yes. So mirror, was it mirror? No, it wasn't. It was Rusty. Rusty, how long have you been doing 3D then in your spare time? Do you do anything related to it as your job? See, you seem to be talking to others sometimes, so I guess there must be other places. No, that's the chat. Mirror, that's just the chat. Just talking, replying to people from what people say in the chat. But yes, there is a Discord if you want to get involved there. Let me find the damn link. Invite people. So there's the Discord if you want to post up work, get in chat in there, that kind of thing. Not a lot happens at the moment, just because I think everyone's quite busy, and also I haven't really, updated it or done anything good with it yet. Did you learn Chinese before me? Did you? No, God no, not all touch. No, I'm blaming it all on Helio if there's any, slander. I mean, I don't want there to be, but he's taken them from signs in the real world, so I would hope that there isn't anything offensive on those signs. But yeah. Cool. And there we go. One sign. Neon and frame. I also need to do it as a base for all of these actually before I forget. So I might just make a new cube for this. Just so that the neon doesn't pass through the back. Yeah, that's better. And I'll just, so C was plain, that's fine as well. That's something else. Okay, that's great. Next. It's kind of chill, but have I showed the finish? No, you haven't. Squad will hopefully soon be releasing their screen sharing. Yes, which would be quite cool. I think Nathan Road would have a huge "We Murder Babies" sign just out there. Oh, lol. It's pretty good as well. That's what I use as a remote work tool, but I need to cough up monies every month to access to all the features. Yeah, I've been using Slack, but I don't think it's as good. But that could be down to that I didn't know there was a paid version, which would, and if they're hiding a lot of their features on there, that would make a lot of sense. Right, so I want to, so those are the neons, this is the plating. So hard to tell if this is in the right spot. Well, let's match it to this. It's going to be something somewhere around here. Okay, so there on the top. And then it's the plating. And then it's more neon. So these two need to be on the same bit. Then it's more neon. And then it's, yep, this piece here, which needs to, ooh. Not what that is. There we go. Something weird's going on there. Yes, there it is. Is there a flip surface? No, it was just there was a duplicate poly on top of one of them. Also, what was I going to say, Major, post up your rifle, and then here, cool, okay. Dun, 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 dun. Let's have a look. My brewwood is ready, don't know what it is. You can actually intro. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Did you use any compression on your images, Major? Just might want to just just make them the highest quality you can, just because you're seeing these rings. Nice amount of normal detail, great. Yes, look at that. No faceting. Excellent. Brilliant. Yeah, these have come out really nice. Very nice. Yeah, it looks great. Good work. I have got some, some thoughts. Hold on, what's the chat saying? You can actually interact with the other guy, blah, blah, blah. There is one thing I want to add a bit of extra air in sort of going or a bullet. Didn't notice it until someone said it. Yeah, the inside on the what as in do you mean in this area? Yeah, I think that would help. I think for me, so one thing I would say is your wood here, it's just a bit too straight, and I would maybe if you can add like a warp just to make it look a bit more natural. I mean, I don't know what the reference, again, disclaimer alert, don't know what the reference looks like, but that would be a nice thing. I think in Substance, if you use a filter with a directional warp on it, you might be able to just give that a nudge. I think also you might, it seems to me like so the metal and the wood are different, obviously they're different materials, but I feel like the metal, they need to be brought closer together in terms of maybe dirtiness, because I know you have got some dirt on here, like you can see it. It could be that there's something. It's almost like it's a little bit too worn for the shininess of the metal. If you get, it's kind of hard for me to explain actually. Maybe it's the grey as well. I don't know. Or maybe just play about with the roughness slider on the metals to match it a bit more. And then so the other thing is, it's kind of like the wood does look newish. So it could be even bring up the dirt on the wood to match the metal more. Because it's kind of like this looks great, but there's quite a big difference between the dirtiness of this and the dirtiness of this. Like maybe you would have, if it was this worn on the wood, you would have areas on the wood which is lighter in colour, and like from where someone's been holding it. Paint over it if you could. The wood is quite straight. It's not actually the black part, that's iron discoloration. Paint over it if you could. Maybe put some roughness on the wood. There you go. Right, let's get a side by side of this. So, I would, yeah, that's exactly what I mean. It could be that it's just too worn and you need to bring the roughness back to this kind of thing. So, and also it's kind of like the colour. This darker bluey grey fits the wood, whereas on here it's not quite there. Yeah. Maybe up the roughness on your wood so you get like these catches of light. And then my last bit of feedback is I would lessen the normal stamp depth, the height depth of these. They're like really punched in. I would just make them a bit softer, just to kind of match a bit more kind of how elevated these are, just really soft. And then also you get like a little bit of wear perhaps around the letters and such. Because it's kind of like you want that detail. But I suppose, I mean, it's quite indented there, but maybe not on this one. Oh, it looks good though. Looks really good. Yeah, solid, solid, solid. What I'd also do is, I'll do this in 3D. Let's get a really rough shape. This is the worst block out of a gun ever. Ooh. Okay, so there's our gun. Doesn't it look great? So instead of having lots of shots where you're looking at it, so I think a lot of yours are like these are good, but like, so this shot for example, it's like from here. I think it's good to have, you know, what like it's great to have these ones and it's great to have perspective ones. I would only, so what I would do, so I would have an like a basically an orthographic one like you've got of these two. Get rid of the shadows, and then have the same one again underneath with a wireframe on it, and then have a shot like this, like you have a shot from the other way, like this, and then I'd have you close up. So you've got one which is, you know, around the, around this bit here. So maybe have one from this side, one from the other side. Then I'd also have one of the hilt, because it looks like you've got some detail back there, but we never see it. and then I would have one, you know, maybe looking up at these bits, like from underneath, and again from above on the other side. And then yeah, you've got your, you know, your first person view. So I would, you know, because you really want to show off, like really want to show all the detail of what you've put in. And also I would just get the map and get the models into Marmoset as well. So yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong, you've done great, like really good. Yeah, but hopefully I haven't, you know, made you think, oh, I don't care about 3D anymore, but just a little bit more and it would be absolutely perfect. I see what you mean, like on the reference with the woods. Maybe it's because it's not as whatchamacallit, I've shut it now, contrasty between the lights and the darks. But I mean, I think keep the wood as it is, just get the metal looking more like the reference metal. Because in a way this looks like default metal. And I'm sure it isn't, but that's kind of what you see. I think even in, you know, with the light behind it, it looks a bit better. You know, the darker, like it looks darker. But yeah, solid. Also, Major, you said that it was, you haven't heard from them in 5 days. When did you submit it? Yeah, it's great. Good feedback, awesome. You're taking the time on your stream to give it. Yeah, well, I think after this competition, I know at the moment I'm, you know, my plan is to upload this video series onto YouTube. So at the moment it might look a bit, you know, weird cutting it. Like I'm going to have weird bits of crit ever so often. So maybe in the future when I start other streams, we'll do some crit at the end. And then just try and do as much as we can really in the time we have. Swift rage update. Yeah, mirror set. Yeah, I would add the scratches, but I think bring it up layer at a time. So it's kind of like get all your metals working just like the reference, then add your dirt across everything, add your scratches across everything, and kind of bring it up like layer by layer. Let me wait. What? So that's the neon. Spell it wrong. What are we on? 10 past 11. Sorry, 10 past 10. Shit in hell, I've got a long way to go with these. Might be on till 12 at this rate. Right, so that's the base, and that's the plating. That's all we need. It's in here. And this has just got a black base, which is great. And it's this one. Right, so this one has got some sort of background to it, which I will make here. Oh, a new follow from, oh god damn it, from Tommaso Cesario, if I've said that correctly. Thank you for the follow. Get involved in the chat. Any questions about what I'm doing, let me know. If you've got any feedback, let me know. Thank you for the follow. Oh, that's what I was about to do. Center this. There we go. And then this one was the beast. So where was this? On that bit up there. Oh god damn it, Helio, I missed that one. Oh well. What's happened? What is this? Portfolio. Okay. Walk the wood grey. Make the metal darker. I have a terrible like that. More of a wood roughness. What was the rest? I'm making a to-do list. What's this? I would just warp on what you already have and see what it looks like. You only need a subtle warp. You don't need much else. Rifle wear. So what I was saying before doesn't really show. I think that might be. It could be that thing of you think it's in your head, it's something, but then when you try and look for reference, it's just in your head. Okay, so this one might be more in line, but you can see where it's been worn away from use, like here and here. So it's kind of making elements like that softer in the normal map and also lighter in the diffuse map. So maybe screen some like some brush strokes over it. So if you're going for this kind of worn look, then definitely make the wood a bit more worn as well. It's kind of a different kind of right. So yeah, with the wood, literally just put a subtle warp on it and see what it looks like. I think it's just to make it not look like it's a straight line, that's all. Don't glue on those cracks. Ah, yes. Also, what was it? It was get the model and maps into Marmoset, do some close-up renders, and what was the other thing? Oh yeah, the text imprinted on, make that a little softer, I think. I think that was it. You can always skip back in this video and see later on. Oh, excuse me. More of a gap between these. Cool. And then one last thing. skim where there is no where the wood has been joined. Don't want it to look unused. Good night, Dutch. Thanks for coming along. We'll be back on Thursday, Dutch. If you're about, same time. It's just from the concert.